Hello, Ice here, Outer Wilds. The last part, stuff. Investigated mostly, I think, the cannon near Giant's Deep, and also the Sunless City. And in this part, I think I'm gonna head to the one place in the rumors log that, actually has there's something more to explore here. I believe this is the, Brittle hollow gravity cannon. Hope I'm not mixing it up. Definitely done that before. I guess if I did mix it up, I'll just edit to the right one. I guess there's more to explore here. Could refer to actually trying to fly around. Land right near, I think that's a staircase there. Alright. Always want to double check that I have my fuel and O2 indicators in the corner before... Wait. I don't know if I've ever used this projector. Although this is just gonna be showing me, I think, the forge? Or no, this is the quantum knowledge tower that's projecting, I think. Interesting to have a projection stone for the planet I'm already on. At the shuttle, ready to make my first pilgrimage to the quantum moon. That's exciting. You're almost ready, but there's still one more rule you need to learn. Come see me at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. The tower is on the opposite side of Brittle Hollow. If you follow the path west of the crossroads, you can reach the tower from there. My gratitude for the directions, Bells. I'll see you soon. Oh, their name actually was Bells. It sounded so much like a nickname. Blog updated. Alright, here's the gravity cannon again. Oh. I guess I'm fortunate that I've never just been, like, wrecked by a shot from the moon. I've taken no precautions to avoid any sort of moon activity. Like, I don't verify where the, what is it, the lantern is? Like, I don't make sure it's not passing overhead and seek cover. I just do things and don't get hit. Very convenient. Okay, so wait. There's a warp core up there. I guess that's how these get recalled. I definitely already read this recording in full. Yeah, you land on the South Pole. But there's another rule. I could try to mess with these controls. Not quite sure what I'd learn from doing so. But I don't see anything else to do. I definitely chose the middle option, and it doesn't seem to have done anything. But the right. Well, the left. Oh, we're going. I think that operated the gravity cannon. rather than actually this being a ship of any sort. What did I just do? I'm back inside the gravity cannon. So middle is recall. So we can launch again? And then what does right do? Seem to be falling back to Brittle Hollow. Perhaps I should teleport instead of actually crashing. There's something I want to be aimed at when I launch the gravity cannon. I'm not sure what that would do. Maybe it was some sort of brakes? Maybe that's why I started falling back towards the planet? Ah, okay. Can't imagine what I'd actually want to launch myself at in this ship. Didn't even get the launch. Let's just go again. And then don't hit anything and see if I keep getting farther from my ship. Alright, so yeah, and then if I do this, I am still getting farther. Why did I end up falling back down that other time? Okay, that's just something that exploded. Mysterious. Yeah, I have no clue what I meant to figure out from this. My ship is at the top. I'm wondering at this point if the log update was actually tied to the area around the gravity cannon, or rather if the there's more to explore. Rather than something I could do in the probe. So for example, it could be the wall I read down here. it doesn't say there's more to explore. Yeah. Final rule at the tower. But I have no clue how to get into. However, I also don't have a single "there's more to explore here," so I definitely should be investigating something with a question mark on it. Well, not definitely. It is my speculation that things with a question mark on them don't necessarily say there's more to explore here. Right, yeah, I was never able to get to that signal. I tried. So I guess I'll look for the Tower of Quantum Knowledge and see if I think of anything new. They said it was on the equator. You can also track the tower shard there. Whenever I take my ship in here, I tend to have black hole related troubles. So there's not really room to get the ship in there to ascend. They built these exactly too close. Not like I have any other ideas, though. Yeah. Like, that's much too high, right? Without the ship? Okay. This can be turned upwards. Get out part way. If I start falling, I can't even turn that around. I wonder if I'd come here earlier if there would be some kind of platforming I could do from here. Not making it there. Ow. Uh-oh. Ow. I'm just gonna die of fall damage. Okay, yeah, there's just a solid wall once you get that high. And then, like, there's the tower. You need to be able to read that. I guess if this eventually falls into the black hole, there won't be gravity on the other side. Oops. Uh-oh. I'm super dead. That's not a good way to wait until it falls into the black hole. Although I don't know if it ever does. So yeah, I don't have any ideas about the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. Any other things I have ideas about? I mean, I have ideas related to like getting the warp core to the vessel, but I don't know what to type in to the hexagons still. I mean, I guess I could try to verify that I actually do get a warp core if I raise the forge and then go to the teleporter on Ash Twin. I haven't even like checked that. Southern Observatory on Brittle Hollow. One path to the observatory starts at the Tower of Quantum Knowledge, the other starts at the gravity cannon. Okay. Yeah, let's try to go for the Southern Observatory. The Brittle Hollow again. Here it is. So I think either way we're starting from the equator. It's not like one of them is closer. I'll start from the tower arbitrarily though. I just think the path down is nicer. Wait, is the tower on the other side of the planet? Because this looks like it. Ah, no, wait. I was farther away from the planet than I realized. Or I'm measuring to the middle, yeah. Alright. So, whoop. Okay, so this, I'm facing south. I guess I still can see the globe map while I'm under the surface, can't I? This direction is south. That's just gonna take me back up, isn't it? Oh, unless there's a more down. Alright, I've gotten more down. I'm not seeing a path south. Perhaps the tower was incorrect. It only used to be correct. Wait, I thought I was at the bottom before, where I saw the other controls. There was a vast difference in height between those controls and ones up here. Southern Observatory. Okay. Oh. It's a cannon. Ow. Gravity crystal fell. Doesn't seem like a thing that should happen. Uh-huh. I can probably make that. Now what? Goodbye, big massive rock. Alright, I guess I'll... Oh wait, there's a gravity crystal here. I was starting to say, I guess I'll just try to jet through. That's inconvenient. Is there a gap here, or do I just die? No, I think I just die. What about the observatory? I mean, up there looks safe. Oh. Yeah, okay. We made it. What do I do here? Oh, okay, fine. Is this just the way I got in, or the way out, or or am I going deeper into the observatory? Which sides? Somewhat close to that black hole. Uh-oh. I have messed up. Alright, another try now that I have some idea what I'm doing. Won't spend several minutes unsure of how to proceed once I get to the snow part. Up and over. Then if I go over there, there's another gravity crystal path. And I fell as I was not doing quite this one, but I transferred to the other side. And I fell as I was doing this one. I'm not certain where I was supposed to go. Try it again. It only took like 4 or 5 minutes to get there. And yeah, I think I can get there faster by just launching again than actually doing Whitehall Station stuff to get back. Alright, I actually got sniped. Oh no. I overshot. I think once I get in the gravity cannon, I just want to let go of directions instead of holding forward. The classic Super Mario World thing. What are you supposed to be holding out of a cannon? Alright. A good enough landing. Oh. Oops. Wait, I've always... the differences between up and down on that control. Alright, I have gotten caught successfully. I guess I could probably use the other path of gravity crystals. Just have to boost up to the first one a bit more. Scout launcher, photo mode. There's the tree. That's safe. I'm gonna go around the long way here in case there's anything else I might want to notice. Is that where I'm trying to get to? I definitely can't reach it like that. Oh, but there was somewhere to land here. Alright, so I guess I kept failing on that other pathway because it doesn't lead anywhere. Or maybe it's where you come from the gravity cannon. Weird to see two twisters here. Okay, Cassava's construction yard has been using the cyclones on Giant Steep to lift orbital probe cannon parts into orbit, but one component was pushed down past the current that usually prevents anything from sinking. Spire and I are crafting a model to determine why this happened. An update, it's now clear there are two different types of cyclone. Most cyclones on Giant Steep rotate clockwise. These are the cyclones Cassava typically uses to send components into orbit. There also exists a rarer type of cyclone that spins the opposite direction and pushes objects beneath the waters and below the current. My gratitude, Spire. Conway is showing me your handiwork, and I'm intrigued by this secondary type of cyclone, but was it really necessary to build a model to tell me that? The model will be useful as we continue monitoring Giant Steep. Also, I very much wanted to make a model. Alright. Chip log updated, yes. So wait, clockwise. So this one would send me up, and this one would send me down. Also, in case they deal lethal damage if I step into them, I would like to investigate the rest of the observatory first. It's another writing board. Switches for something that I am not immediately going to mess with. What if, We learned thus far in our search for the eye of the universe. Based on our knowledge of the quantum moon, we believe the eye is in orbit around the star system's sun. This would mean the eye is located within a finite, albeit enormous, range. Those of us on the vessel originally followed the eye's signal to the star system, but we were unable to warp to the eye itself. The locator we built on the Addle Rock and the new, more sensitive locator we built here were both unable to detect any trace of the eye's signal. Hypothesis: the eye has stopped emitting its signal. Suppose the eye doesn't wish to be found. Sava, how can you suggest that? The eye's signal called out to summon us to this star system. I'm aware. I grew up hearing the eye's story, yet we're no closer to finding it than you were when you first arrived here. Blog update. I guess I was intrigued by the symbol of the eye. Unable to determine orbit, no signal detected matching any known criteria for the eye of the universe. Alright, well, let's read this and then maybe play with the other switches and then jump into a twister. How should our methods change as we continue our search for the eye of the universe? We know what the eye looks like thanks to the quantum moon, so what if we try to find the eye visually instead? Let's send out a probe. We'd need to build a probe launching mechanism to cover those long distances quickly. A cannon in orbit around a celestial body would circumvent the need to escape gravity's pull. Ella's idea is clever, but we have no idea where the eye is in relation to here. The probability of launching a probe in the correct direction would be absurdly small. I believe I have a solution for that problem. Have you spoken with Rami and Pi about the technology they're developing? Giant Steep would be a good choice. It's furthest from the sun, and so it would provide the best angles for launch, and it's moonless, except when the quantum moon is visiting. Yes, let's build the cannon in orbit around Giant Steep. As we couldn't find the eye's signal using two different devices built for this exact purpose, we should discontinue this search method. Alright, kind of read those in a scattered order, but I get the gist. Do I need to turn this off too? This is Dark Bramble, or something related. This has no message for me, and there aren't message things on the other ones. Okay. Oh, okay, so that big thing in the middle is the sun, and I have added the hourglass twins to the model. Okay. But wait, when I had this open... Okay, the ring swings around, whoa. Swings around wildly. I don't need that right now. But they do have something on the model that looks like the usual symbol. But it's not necessarily even aligned with the other orbits. Alright. Wait. This one looks clockwise. Is it viewed from the top or viewed from the bottom, actually? If I was on top of this twister, it would be going counterclockwise. Okay, it's viewed from the top. Okay, and that didn't kill me. This is just the projector? Okay. I wasn't sure at first if it was a hole. Let's see, I don't think I want to explore Giant Steep right now. Did it? Put the chip down safely. Okay, it didn't sustain bodily harm. It's like the ship never even hit those rocks. Feldspar would barely have laughed. Okay, haven't found your way in the structure yet. The door's broken and you're not great at exploring. Okay. Wonder if I can find Ryback and tell him about the observatory. I should refuel if I'm gonna do that. Wait, did my ship end up below the surface? That'd be inconvenient. Nah, I think it's just around. Alright. Oh yeah, how's the log looking? Tornado simulation, Southern Observatory, which is connected to the orbital probe cannon now. Believed it was in distant orbit around the sun, decided to stop searching by signal. There were concerns about the probability. Cyclones. Alright. Nice. I don't remember the best way to reach Ryback, plus, like, the planet's broken apart. I guess I should start by going down into the planet a little, though. Where's the stairs? There they are. I'd be able to just jump into... maybe try to slow my descent a little and, yeah. I was concerned the, blue thing wouldn't quite catch me. Not sure I would have even made it to it, actually. Hey there, I found something. I'm in a hurry, can I ask you something? I learned something. Oh, wow. I feel like I've probably already talked about the Hanging City. Possibly the Sunless City, too. Maybe even the Nomai escape pod, but I'll just go through all of these. Okay, yeah, the Nomai came from outside the solar system. Amazing discovery. Found the vessel. You did? That's incredible. Congratulations. That means they really were from far outside our solar system. You knew it. That creates so many new questions. If they didn't come from our solar system, where did they come from? Are they from our galaxy or somewhere even farther? What were their lives like before they came here, and why did they come here? I might not be much of an astronaut, but I'm really glad I came out here to see the Nomai's artifacts for myself, and thanks for telling me. About the vessel, I mean. Actually, wait, I just realized there's nothing here for the Southern Observatory. It's all the old settlement. Yeah, it's amazing. I feel like I read that before. Went to the comet. Yeah, I definitely talked about this before. Actually, never mind. Where should I explore? I wanted to see if this... Yeah, I've been to the Southern Observatory. Okay. Well, I've been going 50 minutes. I think that's good. I will meditate to make sure that things get saved to my memories. And in the next part, we'll look for one of those special twisters. Try to investigate the inside of Giant Steep. I wonder if that'll also allow us to get inside that one that just pushes us away and has the quantum thing in it. But anyway, see ya.